Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. So, if you love structure, efficiency, and breaking down exactly why things work, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're putting a highly specific meta prompt right under the microscope. We're talking about a single, incredibly potent paragraph that's designed to churn out a flawless piece of content about free productivity apps literally without breaking a sweat. So often we just look at the final product, right? But today we're focusing entirely on the architecture behind it. We're going to reverse engineer a content strategy, layer by layer, constraint by constraint. All right, let's dive right into this.
So what exactly does go into the perfect script generation request? It's a pretty fascinating question to ponder, because whether you're assigning a task to a human writer or feeding instructions into an AI, the quality of your output is entirely dependent on the quality of your input. It's the classic rule. But how does a single dense paragraph successfully act as a complete architectural blueprint? How do you prevent the output from wandering off topic or getting boring or totally missing the target audience? Well, our source text today is an absolute masterclass in this exact challenge. It's a set of instructions that leaves absolutely nothing to chance. Over the next few minutes, we're going to dissect this paragraph to uncover the hidden mechanics of perfect content generation.
The very first sentence of our source material gives a vital command. Act as a professional tech YouTuber. And what's brilliant here is how it establishes the persona right out of the gate. Before the topic is even introduced, before any boundaries are set, this instruction forces the output to adopt a highly specific, authoritative voice. Think about the difference between a textbook explanation and a tech YouTuber. A professional tech YouTuber brings high energy. Think, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. They use accessible language, they're persuasive, and they speak directly to you, the viewer. By hard-coding this persona into the very first line of the blueprint, the resulting output completely bypasses dry academic language and instantly steps into an engaging expert role. It's a total game changer.
Next up, we hit a brilliant time constraint. The prompt specifically dictates the topic as the best free productivity apps in 2026. Now, highlighting that year isn't just a typo, it's a very deliberate anchor. By specifying a current or slightly future-facing year, the blueprint ensures that the resulting output remains highly relevant. It stops the content from simply summarizing old data or, regurgitating apps that were popular 5 years ago. It essentially commands the script to be cutting edge. When an audience sees a specific, current year attached to a topic, it signals immediate relevance and urgency. It tells the viewer, hey, this is what you need to know right now.
With relevance locked in, let's look at how this blueprint controls pacing. The source material instructs the creation of a 3 to 5 minute script, and this is where the blueprint truly takes control. By restricting the length to exactly 3 to 5 minutes, it creates a strict boundary that forces conciseness. Without this parameter, an explanation of productivity apps could easily sprawl into a 20-minute monologue that just loses the audience's attention entirely. But 3 to 5 minutes? That perfectly dictates a brisk, engaging pace. It guarantees that every single sentence has to earn its place, eliminating filler and keeping the audience locked in from start to finish.
Now, take that tight 3 to 5 minute window and combine it with our next requirement, density. The text mandates explaining 7 to 10 free productivity apps. Let's actually do the math on that for a second. If you're covering up to 10 apps in just a few minutes, you have roughly 20 to 30 seconds per app. Packing 7 to 10 distinct subjects into that short time frame creates an incredibly high-value, fast-moving presentation. It creates this rapid-fire delivery of information that is virtually impossible to turn away from. The audience is constantly receiving new, valuable data points, which maximizes engagement and prevents any mid-content drop-off.
Okay, so we've got our persona, our time frame, and our density. Now we need a track to run on. The prompt demands a specific structural flow. Step 1, a strong hook. Step 2, briefly explain the apps. And Step 3, end with a call to action. By explicitly stating these requirements, it guarantees a complete, engaging narrative arc. The strong hook ensures you grab the viewer's attention in the very first 5 seconds. Briefly explaining the apps delivers the core value we just talked about, and the call to action, well, that ensures the content serves a final purpose, directing the viewer's energy into a specific next step. It's a tried and true classic structural formula, completely hard-coded right into the initial request.
But here's the crucial point. It's not enough to just list the apps rapidly. The content actually has to be useful. Look at the specific informational extraction required here. For every single one of those 7 to 10 apps, the prompt demands to know the key features and who they are best for. It forces a pivot from merely reciting facts to actually providing tailored utility. By demanding to know exactly who an app is best for, the final script delivers specific targeted value.
It helps you, the viewer, instantly categorize the information. You're thinking, okay, that app is for students, but this next one is for freelancers. Boom, that's for me. It perfectly bridges the gap between raw information and personal application.
Finally, we reach the stylistic polish. The very last sentence of our source text demands that the script be kept beginner-friendly, written in simple English, and, most importantly, be suitable for a faceless YouTube channel. This completely shapes the required tone and the visual dependency of the output. A script for a faceless channel relies entirely on the strength of the voiceover and the on-screen graphics. Actually, it's a lot like how we're exploring this topic together today. It tells the writer that without a charismatic host physically waving their hands on camera, the words themselves have to do the heavy lifting. They have to be overwhelmingly engaging, highly descriptive, and perfectly suited to match rapid visual transitions.
We've just witnessed how a single paragraph can meticulously engineer tone, structure, density, and format. Honestly, it's a masterclass in asking for exactly what you want. Which brings us to a final, rather provocative question. Are you ready to step behind the curtain and apply this exact blueprint to your own projects? Think about how you communicate your ideas, how you brief your teams, or even how you interact with AI every day. How could adopting this highly structured architectural approach totally transform the content you generate?